Some of the relatives. Close-up of the flowers. I think the years, it's 25 years since these films were taken, and I think they may have aged a bit. Put them back in the can after this. Wade Park Manor Hotel Auditorium, I guess. Blue, as I recall. Lace, Catherine, Lydia. I didn't see Davy there. Where was Davy Price? Some very distinguished looking gentleman there with a nice tan. Florida tan in April. It snowed as we were leaving for the airport, by the way. Cold April day. April 16th, 1961. And here's the traditional wedding dances. Gordon and his mom. Arthur and Adrie. There's the newlyweds. Loving couple. Dave and his friend. Adrie had gotten all of the bachelor guys' dates with her girlfriends, and she had a bunch of single girlfriends. I think everybody had a good time. Jimmy dated one of Joni's friends. Disappeared for about 48 hours after the wedding. Put the parents of the girl that he disappeared with into a panic. I think they owned a hardware store. Put him into a panic. They called the police, I believe. Oh, those are familiar faces from our Cleveland days. We lived in Miami. I sold real estate, shoes, and was a mailman for about a year until Adrie, she was pregnant within 6 months, so I've been living in Miami for 3 years. There's Art and Alice Lewis, Mom. Like Artie Lewis dancing with my mom, and there's Debbie Lewis. Adrie. Grammy Price, Leona. There's Roger Nevins. Taking a break on the piano, it looks like. Selma Fink. Scanning the room there. A little off center here. Adrie and GF cutting the cake and eating their first wedding cake bite. Leona froze a section of that cake for a couple years, I think it is, right? And then you eat it. It's supposed to be good luck. Sign of a successful marriage and everlasting marriage when you freeze the cake, I think was the tradition. There's Jimmy. Arthur. Wedding pictures. There's Mom. Well, the prices are going on the other side for the traditional. Adrie, I'd like to get the wedding album and take some videos of it. And there's the Price family. Leo Price. That's not Davy Price in the background, is it? I don't think Davy was there. There's Arthur Zweig, Sylvia's son and daughter-in-law. She had another son, I believe. Leo. That's not there. There's Grammy Price. Adrie, you'll have to get me the genealogy stuff on your dad's background, your mom and dad's background. I'd like to capture that for posterity. Dad looking good. Oh, and this is the fertile side, I guess. No, it's a mixture there. That was Gagi and Alice behind her. I wonder where June is. Let's see June. There's Fink. Leslie Fink. looking beautiful in her coat and gown. This looks like bill time coming here, posing for the shots, the still shots, photos of the presentation of the invoice. Leo Price. Boys are acting up a little bit here. All in good humor, right? Leo came down with cancer of the toe and died about 1970, I guess, just after we went to Germany in 1970, 9 years later. Photographers convention there. Everybody toasting Max for such a wonderful wedding. Alice and Artie Lewis. There's June and Jimmy Nevins and Artie and Alice. Jimmy was a officer in the Marines during World War II. GF and Bobby Chaffetz. Adrie in her green. She's just thrown her bouquet, I think. Saying goodbye to the bride. Dumping flowers on each other, I think. I think GF is going to throw the garter now. Or did I already? Oh yeah, there's the garter. Getting ready to throw the garter to the boys. Okay guys, here goes Adrie's garter. Get ready. Okay, there's the garter. Who got it? Jimmy got it, I think. Saying goodbye. There's Gagi throwing rose petals, I think, with the flowers they had. There's my top coat from college days, even high school days. My teal blue overcoat. Florence. Alan walks. Alan and Mary drove us to the airport. Max Price, Dave Sokol. Standing on the steps of Wade Park Manor. Jimmy had Alan Walks's car washed unbeknownst to him. That was Debbie Lewis there. Hi, Debbie. GF and Adrie on their way to Alan's car for our ride to the motel at the airport before we took off for Nassau, for Miami the next day, and then on to Nassau. We changed planes. Spent our honeymoon night at the airport. It was fun. Jimmy saying goodbye to the bride. Joni barefoot. There's Jimmy. Florence. There's Morris Ash again. Hello, Uncle Morris. There's Auntie Nett. There's some of the ladies. Oh, now we're in Waterbury. These are the scenes that were put on to reel number 152, I think. It says that we transferred reel number 1, but I'll make a note that this is the reel number 1 videotape. This is going to be videotape number 155. Grammy Frank. That was Fannie Frank. Sidney Frank. This is Waterbury, Connecticut, 160 Cooke Street. Charles and Fannie Frank's home. Marion lived there and took care of them. They died that year, that summer, 1961. Grammy Frank passed away in June, and Charlie died 2 months later. That's Shelley Belly, Sidney's daughter. She's married with 2 kids now, my mom. There's Leo, he's married with 2 kids on his second wife, a second marriage. Londa, Shelley, and there's Fannie Feingold Frank behind there. Leo and Shelley with a loving, wonderful grandmother. She was the sweetest lady you could imagine. Full of goodness and love for everyone. Always a kind word. Had a very tough life, but there's Marion with her mom. Shelley and Leo. And there's Grampy Frank, Charlie Frank in his rocking chair watching television. He was crippled. He had a bad leg, polio as a child. I think it's over now. Okay, I'll continue this later.